Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this on a regular basis. And if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, please give this a thumbs up. But with that said, today's video, I cannot wait to show you this awesome retro game pickup I got today. My local Gamestop, they did it again, totally hooked it up. Thank you, Dan, and I'll give a shout out and say thank you, Ron, because he felt a little left out, but it's all good. You know, there's plenty of love to go around. These guys definitely hooked it up today for me, and for that, I really do appreciate it. I got first picks on a ton of retro games that found their way into the GameStop. Now, a guy that had a ton of awesome games wanted to get rid of some so he could pick up a Nintendo Switch. And that's awesome. I can't say that I blame him. The Nintendo Switch is a fantastic system, but you know, I also love retro games, so you know, I definitely didn't mind going in there and scooping a few of them up. So today I was able to, you know, page through some really choice games and, you know, had to make some hard choices. Do I get this? Do I get that? What was it going to be? How much money was I willing to spend? You know, so definitely some thinking going on today, I can tell you that. But I'm really happy with the games that I added to my collection now. And, you know, these aren't going to sit on a shelf and collect dust like they probably did there, but they're going to get used. So stick with me, guys, and check out this awesome game collection. Okay guys, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, you're seeing this Game Boy Advance here, and this is one I actually got over the last weekend on another pickups. I paid $3 for this Game Boy Advance, so I'm definitely excited about that. But the reason I have this out is because I picked up this Game Boy Advance game here. This is Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. So pretty awesome that I got this Fire Emblem game. I don't know how hard these Fire Emblem games are to get, but I know Fire Emblem is an awesome series and definitely sought after. I am a huge fan of Fire Emblem after just playing my first one recently, which was Three Houses. Absolutely love Fire Emblem now, and definitely want to buy a ton of games in the franchise because I think it is just an absolutely fantastic game series. So I'm going to pop this in this Game Boy that I got for $3 here. I just love turning on Nintendo systems. So this actually had 3 full save files already on it. Whoever owned this prior had beaten the game. So it's pretty cool. They have a bunch of stuff unlocked. But I actually started a new profile. And, you know, checked out the game. I mean, it actually looks really, really good. Even though I can't wait to, like, put, like, a backlight mod in this thing. It definitely needs to be lit up for sure. I don't know how that comes across on the camera, but definitely dim when you don't have a backlight on these screens. But these, you know, just the artwork in this game alone is just fantastic. So definitely excited to have this Fire Emblem game, and I will be playing through this game for sure. Because like I said, I really do like this franchise. I had a ton of fun with Three Houses. And pretty much the same, just a more primitive version of it. Alright, so moving along to the next stuff. So I'll pop that out. Now, unfortunately, there was no box for this, but that's okay. I do not mind the loose cart. I'll figure something out for a box for that. But right now, I got this as well, Myst for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I didn't even know Myst was a game on the 3DS. I played this game back in the 90s on PC and a Panasonic Real 3DO. So it's pretty crazy to see that this is on a handheld platform and had been there for obviously a bunch of years. I just didn't know about it. So I seen it, and just talking about the game made me reminisce and want to play it. It's been a long time since I checked this game out, and I never beat it. It actually used to piss me off when I was younger because I get stuck at some of the harder puzzles. But you know what? I figured now that I'm an adult, I can definitely beat this game. And I definitely plan on doing so. So pretty excited to have Myst on the 3DS. I'm always looking for 3DS games to add to my collection of 3DS games. I absolutely love handheld gaming. Alright, so in no particular order here, let's see. The next ones we will do some Sega Genesis. Okay, so the first one is a boxed copy of Toe Jam and Earl's Panic on Funkatron. Now, this was the sequel to the original Toe Jam and Earl. They actually had the first Toe Jam and Earl, which is a game I played a lot of as a kid and absolutely loved that game. I would have actually got that, but unfortunately it didn't have the box and the cartridge was in not the greatest shape. So I wanted to pass, but down the road I will be picking that game up, and I will be picking up a boxed copy of that game. That one I will go for a complete in box. Actually, all these Sega Genesis games do not have the manual, so it's just the cart, and this one actually has some like paint or nail polish or something in here. I could definitely get this all off. I got most of it off already. It was actually really thick, but that's the only one that has this on there. So that kind of stinks, but like I said, I'll definitely get that off. But yeah, there it is. The artwork looks good on there. So definitely excited for picking that up. And the boxes all are in, you know, not the greatest shape, but you know, from what I understand, getting boxed copies of Sega Genesis games are getting harder to find. For whatever reason, you wouldn't think they'd be getting harder because of being in a clamshell box like this, and you know, but people took their carts out and, you know, just lost the boxes, unfortunately. So, all right, the next one is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Same thing, the box is in some kind of rough condition, but still, it is boxed and has no manual. Like I said, none of these have manuals, so that's unfortunate, but fine, because I'm just happy the boxes are here. And, you know, the cart, I mean, all these carts are in, you know, they're okay, the shape of them. Nothing spectacular, but they're not bad by any means. The artwork definitely looks good, nice and bright. And the inside of the box actually looks pretty good on this one. No, no nail polish or paint on here. Thank God, right? So, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, definitely cool. Happy to add this in my collection. And I don't know if you've seen my last retro gaming haul video. I was actually talking about adding some more box Sega Genesis games to my collection. That the one that I just picked up over the weekend was the first one that I owned in the last 20 years. So I said, oh, just look out for some possible new ones. Well, here we are. Here's the new ones I was talking about, because I knew that I was going to be picking these up. And the last one I got is Garfield Caught in the Act. This box is in a little better on the front, the condition, but you know, still about the same as the others on the back. But I just love that they had these, you know, these clamshell cases. It reminded me of getting rentals for DVDs back then, or for VHS tapes back then. This is what you would have got a VHS tape in, is one of these clamshell boxes. But obviously it wouldn't have had this part for the game. And this one, the cart is actually in really good shape. So this one actually looks really, really good as far as the cart. And the inside of the box doesn't look bad on this one either. Same thing, no paint. So, like I said, really excited to add these 3 boxed Sega Genesis games to my collection. Really excited about that, guys. That's for sure. All right. So I'll kind of move these off to the side here. Alright, so the next stuff we got here is Nintendo 64. And these are definitely exciting. I am a huge fan of Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. I just pretty much love this era of gaming. So, in no particular order here, the first one is Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarder 2. Yeah, if you were you know, growing up in the 90s, you know, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarder games were just legendary. Everybody had these games and everybody was playing them back then. I don't know how many hours or, you know, combined hours, which would probably be like weeks or months combined playing Tony Hawk's Skateboarder games. I played so many of these games through the years, you know, as a teenager and young adult. It was crazy. They always had awesome soundtracks that were just, you know, just top notch. And unfortunately, that's why you don't like see re-releases or anything of these games, because they can't use the music. You had all kinds of hard rock bands that were real popular back in them days, which now, you know, it probably cost a ton of money to get licensing from all those different people, because they had so many different musicians on the games. So the next one here is Snowboard Kids. An Atlas game, and from what I understand, Atlas games are made in a smaller production run, so pretty cool to have this. It's definitely a different style of game. I actually had asked Dan, the manager, about this game and asked him his advice on it, because I had never played this, didn't know a ton about it. I know the second one is really rare, but and I do know that Atlas games are always, you know, they make a lesser amount of them, so by default they just become rarer games. But I didn't know much about the gameplay to this. I did know that the cart looked immaculate. The back of this looks like almost brand new. Even the front does. I mean, this thing's in great shape. I mean, just a couple little, you know, indents, but that's pretty much normal wear on these older carts. But definitely excited to add that to the collection, and can't wait to actually check out the gameplay of this. I actually really like snowboarding games. Unfortunately, Nintendo hasn't really came out with any in a long time. You know, we had 1080 snowboarding on this N64, which I have, and we had another 1080 snowboarding game on the GameCube, and to my knowledge, I think that's the last time we've seen one, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see another 1080 snowboard game again on the Switch. That would be awesome, but I'm not expecting to see it. So the next one here is Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, they actually had Pokemon Stadium 1, which actually was wrapped in a Blockbuster video sticker, which I thought was kind of cool, because it adds that little bit of nostalgic kick for me anyway. I actually have a Rogue Squadron 2, I believe it is. Or no, it's the original Rogue Squadron on Nintendo 64, Star Wars game that actually I got from Blockbuster that has the same wrapper on it. So I didn't pick that one up because most of these games, now we're talking more pricey games. And this was one of the pricier ones, and this one was in way better condition. So I had to go with Pokemon Stadium 2. So definitely happy to add that to the collection. And the next one, I'm really ecstatic to add. This was a definite pickup for me. Actually, these next three were 100%. These were games I was leaving with. There was no doubt about it in my mind. And actually, the Fire Emblem was one of those games. So there was 4 games that were coming home with me no matter what. It was Fire Emblem, and the second one is this right here. Paper Mario for Nintendo 64. This is a game I currently do not have on the 64. So pretty excited to add this to my collection, and this cart is in immaculate condition. So really excited to add this to the collection. You know, I just love these Paper Mario games. I think they look really cool. I love the art style, and I mean, it's Mario. Who doesn't like Mario and his whole gang? You know, you got Bowser and you know, the Toads and Luigi and Princess and all those knuckleheads. So it's definitely fun to play these kind of games. So really excited to add Paper Mario to my N64 collection. And the next one, another one that I had to leave with, was Doom 64. I am a huge Doom fan and did not currently have this on my Nintendo 64 in my library, so I am really stoked to add this. Yeah, you know, and the cart is definitely not in bad shape by any means. This thing actually looks really good, other than a couple little dings or whatever, but you know, most of these have it. It's just how much do they show it in the label. Some show show it more than others, but I want to say probably every one of them has a little bit of an indent somewhere in the label, probably just from laying them on something. But other than that, the cart looks just in great condition, and super excited to add Doom 64 to the collection while I'm waiting for Doom 64 to come out on Nintendo Switch as a pre-order bonus for Doom, the newest Doom game. I can't think of the name of it. I want to say Annihilation, but I could be wrong. The name's slipping through my mind at the moment, but regardless, they're going to be giving away Doom 64 as a pre-order bonus for the Nintendo Switch, and I believe possibly for like maybe the PlayStation version as well, maybe Xbox too. But regardless, that is super awesome. Unfortunately, that game got delayed, so we're gonna have to even wait on the Doom 64 as well. But I'm sure they'll sell that standalone on the Switch later. But for now, I can play the original cart on my 64. So super happy about that, guys. And this last one here is probably the one I am just the absolute most happy to have in my collection now. And this game is absolutely fantastic. A game I can't believe that I didn't have. But also a game that, I mean, it's definitely a pricier game, and, you know, it's a sought after game. And this is for Super Nintendo, and this is no other than Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Seven Stars. Now, anybody that has played this game know this game is absolutely awesome. I love this game. The art style alone is just absolutely fantastic. It uses the similar kind of art style to like Donkey Kong Country, so it has a unique look to the gameplay, and just the gameplay in general is totally different. I mean, you still have some like platforming along with the RPG stuff. And to go along with it, you have an awesome story. So you absolutely can't go wrong with this game. And this, at one time, was they had it as a pack-in where you could buy a, you know, like a bundle Super Nintendo with it. So that was pretty awesome. You know, I kind of envy the people that have the the second Super Nintendo version with this packed in with the box and everything, because even the box looks awesome on this. I just love the artwork for this game. And, you know, there's been a lot of times where if I'm up late at night, I'll actually watch people speedrun this game, along with some Zelda games. But, you know, that's kind of one of my, you know, little secrets. I watch people speedrun games late at night. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, to say the least. But what do you guys think of this awesome haul? I am just totally stoked with these games that I picked up and added to my collection. They are just absolutely amazing. I mean, some of these games are just such high quality here. You know, I'm just so happy I even seen them. And the games that they had were just, they were awesome. I mean, for N64, they had, you know, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Yoshi, Kirby. You know, for Super Nintendo, there was Kirby games, a bunch of them, like 3 different ones. You know, there was Mario for Super Nintendo, All Stars, and Super Mario World. And I want to say there was one that was the combo with them together. There was Super Mario Kart. I mean, just all the heavy-hitting games you would want. You know, it's just crazy. You know, I had a lot of them games, so I had to pass on them. They had the original Smash Brothers, which I already had, but I almost wish I had that copy. That copy that they had looked like it just came out of the box. I mean, that cartridge was so crisp. The sticker just looked gorgeous on it. Mine's a bit faded, so yeah, I was definitely envious of that cart. That's for sure. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know which one of these games is your favorite out of all these, and would you have picked up these games as well, or would you have passed? You know, I thought it was pretty awesome that they gave me a heads up at Gamestop so I could go take a look. So I want to give another thanks to those guys, Dan and Ron. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it, guys, for, you know, everything you do for me at the Gamestop. I really do appreciate it. You're awesome guys. And I want to give another shout out to a YouTuber, Bring Me Joy-Con. I got to say to him, thanks a ton, man. He put out a a video about my channel hitting 300 subscribers. And, you know, it was just really nice, and what a cool thing to do, and I really do appreciate it. So, guys, if you're not already subscribed to Bring Me Joy-Con, go check out his channel and subscribe. He's a really good dude, and he's putting a lot of effort into putting out the best content he can, just like, you know, I try to do here. And, you know, go send him some love, because, man, that is some really, really just cool shit. Straight up, that's cool shit. I really appreciate it. You know, thanks a lot. And wow. Thanks again, Bring Me Joy-Con, for doing that. Guys, go show this dude some love. Really appreciate it. You know, subscribe to my channel if you are interested in, you know, seeing gaming content like this, guys. I try to put it out as much as possible. But if you guys enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. But I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, guys.